Hello and welcome to the Musical Instrument Investigator. Today we're on the website of Julien's Auctions based in the US. I'm going to have a look at one of their latest sales. This is kind of rock and roll icons, memorabilia, guitars, etc, etc. If you've been watching the channel, you would have seen that I did a video on the sale, which is actually happening today in a few hours, the live sale on November the 16th, which has some amazing guitars like the Fool guitar owned by Eric Clapton, some other really interesting stuff, Frank Zappa, etc. Really cool stuff. This is the other part of the sale that's happening on the 17th and 18th of November, which is the next day, obviously. So tomorrow is November the 17th and then day after is the 18th. So we're going to cover those two sales today, which is a lot more stuff going on, but I think perhaps maybe not so interesting and maybe a bit more diverse in terms of instruments. So I thought that'd be interesting to check out. So with the Julien's Auctions, the buyer's premium, I believe it's 25% up to about $200,000, and then it goes down to 20% the buyer's premium, but then probably other charges as well, so bear that in mind. This is a US based auction, so if you're trying to buy something you're outside of the US, bear in mind shipping, import, export, maybe CITES restrictions as well. So like I said, this video is covering session 2 and 3 of the auction, which is the 17th and 18th of November. The sale, which is happening today on the 16th, by the time this video is uploaded, it might not have actually started yet. So if you happen to catch this video, check out that sale because there's some amazing stuff. Really curious to see how the Fool guitar from Eric Clapton sells. But anyway, that's enough of me. If you do enjoy these videos, please consider subscribing, like or commenting because it really does help. And we're just going to take a really brief kind of whiz through and just see if there's anything exciting musical instrument wise, and just say the auction's full of like amazing stuff as well. You know, if you love Elvis Presley, loads of stuff, but we are just going to concentrate on musical instruments themselves because otherwise we would be here forever. So I think there's not quite so many musical instruments in these 2 days of auctions, but there definitely is some stuff. So we are just going to slowly meander through all this interesting stuff. Like Elvis Presley prescription pill bottle is kind of almost a little bit kind of a bit of a grim thing to want to have, but okay. Guns as well, so interesting. So you can see so far on the first page of about 10, because there's about 1,000 lots over these 2 days, we're not really seeing much. Oversized guitar pick interesting, not quite a musical instrument. But yeah, there are definitely some other musical instruments in this sale. Johnny Cash stuff and other bits. Dolly Parton. Right, we've got a guitar. Blake Shelton and Miranda Lambert signed acoustic guitar. Estimates 200 to 300. Not so exciting, that one, so we won't get in too deep to that. Right, this is getting a bit more interesting here. A Don McLean 1947 Martin 518 Terz acoustic guitar. Estimates 4 to 6, 3,000 bid already. Let's have a look at this. Don't see Terz guitars that often, not super popular either, but I mean this is a nice looking one. Looks in pretty good condition actually as well. Let's see what they say here. Smallest guitar in Martin's catalogue at the time. Unique 5/8 size travel instrument, was built to accommodate Terz tuning, Terz meaning third in German, in which the strings are tuned a minor third higher than they would be in standard guitar tuning. Country western icon Marty Robbins, much admired by McLean as a young man, popularised the 518 model and frequently toured with one. Housed in a brown hard case with a written tag that reads 5/8 Martin, Marty Robbins. Okay, interesting. So Don McLean owned instrument there. Yeah, very good condition. It looks pretty good, to be fair. So nice looking instrument there, so that's pretty cool to see. Right, and the Beatles original Cavern Club brick, really interesting stuff in here for sure. See what else we got here. Beatles stuff. Another thing, the Beatles Paul McCartney Texan Epiphone 1964 reissue acoustic guitar. Estimate 4 to 6, 1,500 bid on this so far. Let's have a quick look at the images. I do have to say, well done to Julien's for having so many images. I'm not sure they're always super useful, to be honest, but they do a lot better than most with photographing things. So, but I think that makes sense. If you are an auction house, you're trying to sell things, make money, you're trying to, give your clients as much information or kind of sell things for your other clients as best as possible. It makes sense. So limited edition Paul McCartney Texan Epiphone, commemorating the original 1964 version. Collaboration between Epiphone and Sir Paul McCartney. There you go. Certificate of authenticity. So just a limited edition kind of guitar there. Nothing super crazy. More Beatles stuff here. Some of it's probably really interesting. The Beatles, 1967. Ray Swinfield, Penny Lane album played. Gaiman Hart Piccolo. Interesting. Estimate 6 to 8. Current bid 5. Yeah, this is kind of a bit of a curious one, isn't it? Something a little bit different. So, if you are a die-hard Beatles fan and you love musical instruments, this is probably pretty cool. Yeah, there you go. There's a bit of a kind of blurb about it. Original Gaiman Hart brand piccolo owned by Ray Swinfield. Instrument was played on the Beatles' 1967 recording of Penny Lane, together with an original black leather case with a blue velvet lining interior. Swinfield, along with 5 other musicians, attended the session between 7 p.m. and 1:45 a.m. in Studio 2 at EMI Studios at Abbey Road in London, England on January the 9th, 1967. Swinfield also used a Haynes concert flute to overdub into an existing take of Penny Lane. Unbeknownst to the musicians, John Lennon taped their conversations in between takes for his personal collection. The piccolo was also played on many other significant recordings and during numerous concert performances of popular artists in the 1960s. Letter of provenance. So yeah, pretty interesting there. If you like the Beatles, especially if you like Penny Lane, do 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 do. And that's enough of that. But I do quite like Penny Lane. It's quite a good song. Anyway, let's carry on. I'm a bit delirious today. I think I actually have energy and can read things without wanting to fall asleep, which is pretty good. Paul McCartney signed Hofner Icon Series bass guitar. Estimate 6 to 8. It's already on 12.5. Wow, so pretty good here. So it looks like this is a reissue that he signed. Obviously, Paul McCartney, famous for popularising this Hofner Beatle bass. So it makes sense that a signed one is going to be worth money. I think I remember, I don't know if the original one got stolen, like his actual one. If I recall correctly, I could be wrong. Just seem to remember reading that his might have been stolen. What's interesting, and many people might not know, is that Hofner still do, but also from the beginning, I think, of the company, did make violins and violas and cellos and things, and they still do. So there is a history of this kind of shape and things in the company. It wasn't just a random idea. So Hofner brand Icon Series Beatles bass in 2-tone sunburst finish, signed by Sir Paul McCartney on the pickguard. Left-handed electric bass guitar, spruce plywood top, blah blah blah, guitar in mint condition. So there you go, he's just signed it, but to be fair, that is the Beatle bass. Ringo Starr signed drumhead, that's cool. Beatles Ringo Starr and other drummer signed drumsticks. I love that other drummer. Who is the other drummer? Pete Best, Johnny Hutchinson, Andy White and Colin Hanton. Interesting. What else we got here? More Ringo Starr stuff. Ringo Starr drumsticks again. The Beatles, Pete Best staged, used and signed drumhead. That's interesting. So Pete Best, the original Beatles drummer that got kicked out. Rolling Stones, band signed Keith Richard owned 1999 Fender Telecaster thin line reissue electric guitar with photo. Okay, so the estimates is 10 to 20, already on 17.5, so that's pretty good. Let's have a look at the pictures on this. As I said, quite a lot of stuff in this auction, I think. We'll see things in other pages. It's pretty curious. Let's see what they say here. 1999 Fender Classic Series 69 thin line Telecaster, tweed hardcase. Personal collection of Keith Richard, and the body is signed in black marker by all 4 members of the Rolling Stones. So, and Charlie Watts actually sadly passed away. So yeah, I mean that's going to be that's going to be worth a fair bit actually. So interesting there if you're a collector. Condition very good. So yeah, interesting guitar. If you like the Rolling Stones, then I think that's a pretty nice item. Rolling Stones Mick Jagger stage played 1960s maraca. Wow, that's interesting actually as well. Definitely getting into the interesting instruments here. Estimates 1 to 2, current bid 500. Wooden maraca with floral design, stage play by Mick Jagger during the Rolling Stones concert performance at the Gaumont Cinema in Hanley, Stoke-on-Trent, England. 1960s, yeah. 12 inches. Interesting. Right, more Rolling Stones stuff. Blah, 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 blah. Let's see what else is going on here. Jimi Hendrix Experience, 1967 Mitch Mitchell stage used drumsticks. Let's have a look at these. Pair of broken drumsticks used by Mitch Mitchell when he was performing with the Jimi Hendrix Experience at Gaumont Cinema in Hanley, Stoke, England. Okay, wow, a lot of stuff was going on then at this place, wasn't there? Right, more art and stuff. It's a really interesting auction, to be fair. Jimi Hendrix Experience, Mitch Mitchell Black Flight case. That's an awesome print, isn't it? That's pretty cool. More kind of shell cases for drums there. Mitch Mitchell. Estimates 4 to 6. That's quite a lot for a drum case, isn't it? Jimi Hendrix, Mitch Mitchell Ludwig snare drum. Estimates 2 to 4. It's quite curious. Let's have a look at that. Interesting. Housed in the original hard case, which contains a Ludwig drum key, warranty and instruction manual. Okay, a letter of provenance as well. 1990s to 2000s Ludwig snare drum. I think that's not really relevant to the Jimi Hendrix bit. That's a later thing, so that's a bit of a interesting one. The Who 1966 Keith Moon stage used drumstick and washer. That I think, yeah, current bid's $800. That's gonna sell, isn't it? Because it's going to be difficult to get many things that are related to Keith Moon, I think. Wow, another thing at this Gaumont Cinema. What the hell was going on there? Ridiculous. Interesting. Anyway, carry on. Let's see. Page and Plant. Jimmy Page signed Lotus electric guitar. Current bid 2,000. I don't really I know that people collect signatures, but I don't really understand why people kind of pay crazy money for just someone's signature on some kind of guitar if it's not actually relevant to the person. I don't really understand that personally, but each to their own. It's obtained during the Page and Plant Concert USA Tour in 1995 by the tour manager as a gift for his son's birthday. Interesting. Okay, what else we got here? Roger Waters signed a Laurel bass guitar, and once again, it's the same kind of thing. We don't need to get super into this because there's not really a whole lot to say, I think. These are just people getting guitars signed by famous people. Stevie Wonder signed harmonica. That's an interesting one. Wow, $800 on that. It's quite curious. Let's see. We're only 2 pages in, so there's a lot of interesting stuff here. I've not actually looked at the full catalogue, so I'm not quite sure. Carlos Santana played 1972 Gibson L6S prototype rainbow electric guitar. That's pretty cool. That's interesting. That does look a little bit odd. Yeah, interesting. I like these Gibson L6S actually. Designed by Bill Lawrence in 1972 and played by Carlos Santana while exploring new instruments to create his legendary tone. Yeah, interesting. According to Larry Cragg, his guitar repairman, this prototype was acquired directly from the Gibson factory in Kalamazoo to see if Santana might be interested in the model's design features such as its 24 frets, rotary switch and hand-poured Lawrence designed tarmac super humbuckers. Okay. Santana tested this prototype and went on to acquire several LS6 guitars, which he would use throughout the 1970s and publicly endorse, including a 1974 Gibson ad campaign that read in part, Cream magazine called it the kind of guitar that musicians 10 years from now will dream about owning. Santana calls it his rainbow. Interesting. Well, curious looking thing if you like Carlos Santana. Pretty good opportunity. Cream, 1966 Ginger Baker stage used drumsticks. Once again, probably going to be an interesting thing to someone. Let's see what else. Guitar pick. Interesting. Trains. Lynyrd Skynyrd. Oh god, that's pretty grim as well. Lynyrd Skynyrd 1977 plane crash fuselage fragment. Sometimes I just wonder what is going on really. Anyway, ZZ Top, Billy Gibbons stage played Little Red Gibson SG electric guitar. Okay, let's have a look at that. Estimate 20 to 30,000. Only 10 bid so far. I think this warrants a quick look at the images. Quite a lot there. Such an interesting tail piece on this guitar. Really curious. There's a lot of people that would like to own this, I'm sure. Billy Gibbons 2013 Gibson SG Little Red model, serial number, blah blah blah. Signed, owned and stage played by Billy Gibbons of ZZ Top. Modified to Gibbons specifications, so that's interesting. Letter of authenticity even. Bridge Tune-o-matic with sideways vibrola tailpiece. Yeah, really interesting. Yeah, be curious to see how well that does. ZZ Top, Billy Gibbons owned and played Fender Precision bass guitar. 4 to 6 on that. Let's just have a quick look at that, but let's not go in too deep. Kind of cool looking thing. The ZZ Top, Billy Gibbons signed Epiphone SG. 1 to 2 the estimate on that. Not so nice as the other one. Nice table. Frank Zappa table there. Pretty cool. I don't know how they get all this stuff, to be honest, this auction house. Queen, Brian May signed BMG Special electric guitar. Estimates 1 to 2. Current bid 2,000. I think everyone kind of knows what these look like, but let's have a look anyway. I think this is just another thing that's been signed. Queen, 1979 Roger Taylor stage used drumstick. A lot of drum stuff, which is kind of cool. It's good to see drum stuff represented in these auctions a bit more, so good to see all these drumsticks. James Taylor signed and played Gibson J45 standard acoustic guitar with DVD. Some interesting sketches there. Fleetwood Mac, Peter Green 1930s Epiphone Olympic acoustic guitar. Is there a story behind this? Let's see. Vintage circa 1935 Epiphone Olympic, owned by Peter Green of Fleetwood Mac, from his personal collection, but doesn't really say anything else. Fleetwood Mac flight case, that's interesting. Steely Dan, Walter Becker played Harmony Stratotone H44 electric guitar. Pretty bonkers looking instrument as well. Do we have anything interesting here? Played by Walter Becker of Steely Dan. Not so much else being said on that one. Mike Campbell, vintage Benelli accordion. Okay. Rio Speedwagon, band signed Squier Mustang electric guitar, 800 to 1200. Stephen Summers, Smoothadelic, hand painted Asher T Deluxe electric guitar. Let's have a look at this. Estimates 800 to 1200. That's kind of cool. Let's have a bit of a zoom on that. It's kind of going along with the full guitar vibes of the other auction. Kind of like it. It's quite cool. Don't like the way that they've just not bothered to do the back. That's unfortunate. This item was gifted to Stephen Smooth Summers, former guitar tech for Rio Speedwagon. Interesting. Pretty cool. Right, we're on to page 4 of 10, so we probably have to speed up a bit. Stephen Summers, original Smootherdenic hand-painted electric guitar. Okay, there's a few of these floating about then. Once again, whoever this artist is not doing the backs. Yeah, interesting art here. Stephen Summers, original Smootherdenic hand-painted Explorer 2 electric guitar. Let's just, for the sake of it, have a look at the artwork on that. Some pretty curious stuff. Black Sabbath, Bill Ward, 1978, stage used drumstick. AC/DC, Cliff Williams, Black Ice touring electric bass guitar with photos. Estimate 6 to 8. We got 2,000 on that so far. AC/DC 1980, Phil Rudd stage used drum kit. Aerosmith, Brad Whitford owned and played Reverend Slingshot electric guitar with photos. Estimates 10 to 20. Seems maybe a little bit high there. Okay. More albumy things. Let's see what else we got here. Rainbow, 1986, Richie Blackmore smashed electric guitar. Estimates 2 to 3. Reserve not met. Okay. Rainbow concert performance that took place at the Playhouse Theatre in Edinburgh with a letter of provenance. Interesting. Poor guitar. Judas Priest, KK Downing stage played ESP Eclipse electric acoustic guitar there. Estimates 4 to 6. Some of this stuff does seem a little bit high on the estimate. Van Halen band signed double butt end drumsticks. That probably might sell if given that Eddie Van Halen is no longer around. Van Halen 2007 custom shop Eddie Van Halen signature Frankenstein replica electric guitar. Estimates 20 to 40. 20,000 is the bid. We saw another one of these, I think, in the other auction that he actually did the lines on himself. I wonder if he did on this one. Master built Eddie Van Halen. I don't think so. I think this is just a limited run that he didn't have anything to do with, but the collectors will be interested in that anyway. Steve Vai signed Monkey Grip prototype electric guitar with photo. This could do quite well as well. 10 to 20. We've already got kind of 10,000 bid on it. Some pretty cool stuff here. Let's see. Letter for authenticity. Prototype was created when Vai was searching for companies to make the gem design. Interesting. That's quite curious. Let's just see. This is a rare guitar that Hammer made for Vai around 1985-1986. Yeah, interesting. That is very curious. I think someone will definitely spend a fair bit of money on that. Bon Jovi, Alec John Such, 1988 Kramer Beretta. Estimates 4 to 6. Do like Kramer Berettas actually. Motley Crue, Nicky Six stage played and signed Schecter bass guitar. 4 to 6. Current bid 6. I mean, Motley Crue stuff really does get pretty good money for some reason. Guns N' Roses, Richard Fortus and Dave Grohl stage played Paradise City PSE Custom 335 style electric. Estimates 20 to 30. Once again, that seems a little bit optimistic there. More bits and pieces. Slash 2022 stage played Gibson gives Ukraine Relief Les Paul electric guitar with notebook and photos. Estimates 20 to 30. Current bid 15,000. I mean, you're not going to find many more guitars like this, are you? So if you like Slash, then I think this is probably a good thing. Probably a good investment, I think. Played and signed by Slash. Can be seen live on stage during a Guns N' Roses concert performance on June the 18th, 2022 at Letany airport in Prague, Czech Republic. Interesting. Linkin Park original concept painting. That's interesting. Mr. Big, Paul Gilbert owned and played Ibanez Destroyer electric guitar with magazine and photos. Estimates 2 to 4. Yeah, some actually kind of pretty cool stuff here. I like these ones which are kind of have some interesting provenance rather than ones that people have just got someone to sign at a gig or something. So that's good. A lot more bits and pieces. Not seeing any instruments. Nice watch. Let's see how many more instruments we have. We are moving on to page 5 of 10. I'm sure there's going to be a few other instruments, but maybe not so many, because we've already seen quite a few. A lot of gold and jewellery. Oh, some drumsticks. Sex Pistols. Paul Cook signed drumsticks there. Interesting. Bad Brains. Dr. No. DOD Gunslinger distortion pedal with photo. Yeah, interesting. Television. Richard Lloyd stage played vintage V6H iconic electric guitar with photo. Green Day. Billy Joe Armstrong signed and stage smashed electric guitar, or part of it, I'm presuming, not the whole thing. Yep, definitely part of it. Smashed on stage during a 1998 Green Day concert, signed to the front in black marker by Billy Joe Armstrong. Interesting. All hardware has been removed, and there's an additional drawing and inscription in marker executed by Mike Dirnt, also to the front. Yeah, interesting. Okay, let's see what else. Modest Mouse, toy used Line 6 Variax. Blind Melon microphone, Blind Melon volume pedal, Blind Melon drumstick, another microphone, Blind Melon. Queens of the Stone Age, Dave Grohl studio played Pearl 28-inch kick drum. Interesting. Foo Fighters, Pat Smear's stage played and owned Gibson SG Custom Electric. Estimates 10 to 20, current bid 9. Actually really nice looking guitar, that, to be fair. Really, really nice. That's beautiful. Yeah, what a lovely guitar. I mean, some great stuff in this auction, just as they are, without the provenance. There's a picture there. Yeah, 1970s Gibson SG Custom, beautiful guitar. This was Pat Smear's primary guitar while recording the Foo Fighters debut album. Yeah, so there's a lot of... That's a nice instrument for sure. Smashed and signed acoustic guitar piece. Interesting. Nirvana, Kurt Cobain, stage played Sky Stang, Fender Mustang electric guitar. Wow, this is crazy. Wow, 1 to 2 million. Crazy. Current bid 700,000. Anything like Nirvana, Kurt Cobain goes absolutely crazy. Really, this should be something that I will probably do a fuller video on, actually. So stand by for that. I'll probably do a video on that. So that is really, really interesting. Yeah, really curious. There's some more images. Yeah, this is kind of yeah, big deal. So they've got the full guitar and now this Nirvana guitar. It really is crazy how much anything associated with Kurt Cobain goes for crazy money. So 1993 Fender MG69 Mustang made in Japan, Sonic Blue finish, owned and played by legendary Nirvana frontman Kurt Cobain, known as Sky Stang. It is the most well documented and recognisable of Kurt's stage instruments, and certainly his most used during the 1993-1994 in utero touring cycle. Now on the 30th anniversary of Nirvana's third and final studio album In Utero, it is fitting that the first single released from that album, Heart-Shaped Box, also happens to be the last song that Kurt Cobain ever publicly performed on this guitar. Wow, interesting. That's crazy. So yeah, this is a big ticket item here for sure. And I think this is going to really go big on the money front. It's surely got to be a big draw. So already at 700,000 bidding. That's pretty mad. That is quite something. Right, well, we must move on. More Nirvana stuff. That's going to make lots of money. Wow, 50,000 for the jeans. Nirvana, Kurt Cobain stage played in smashed band, signed Fender Stratocaster electric guitar. Estimates 500 to 700,000, already on 200,000. This is crazy auction here. Cream-coloured Fender Stratocaster guitar, stage played by Kurt Cobain in Buenos Aires, Argentina on October the 30th, 1992, while performing live with Nirvana. Guitar is signed by Cobain and Chris Novoselic in a black marker, and Dave Grohl has written an entire poem on the guitar with a heart-shaped bubble. Interesting. Wow. That's pretty cool. Yeah, some really interesting stuff in this auction for sure. Nirvana, Kurt Cobain, Pig Nose amplifier. There. Nirvana, Kurt Cobain signed electric guitar. 4 to 6 on that. Nirvana, Kurt Cobain, American Spirit cigar pack. Interesting. Yeah, some real interesting stuff for sure. Let's see what else we got here. Moving on to the next page. Let's see. Loads more Nirvana tour posters and things like that. Not seeing any other instruments, but I mean, that guitar was pretty crazy already. So many things in this auction. Some of these Nirvana posters are really cool, actually. Phil Collins stage used Gretsch drumsticks. Interesting. Well, okay, there wasn't many musical instruments there, which is probably for the best, seeing as they were videos taking quite a while. Other bits of prints there you can see as well. Jackson's, Michael Jackson. Oh, guitar. Dave Matthews Band signed Chet Atkins Model F for an electroacoustic guitar. So other bits here. Lady Gaga, etc. Right, okay. Epiphone, 1990 Epiphone PR6E PKB guitar. Okay, signed by something. Okay. The guitar has 4 unknown signatures. Amazing. That is brilliant. Well, someone must know whose those are. Right, okay. Eric Clapton owned and played 1958 Fender Stratocaster Blonde Mary K guitar. 100 to 200,000 on this. 40,000 bid. So many crazy things going on here. There's way much more in this auction than I thought. 1958 Fender Stratocaster, serial number 29482 in translucent blonde Mary Kay, finished with factory gold hardware. This guitar was owned and used in the studio by Eric Clapton to record parts of the 1998 Pilgrim album. Okay, so it's kind of a more modern one, so not so crazy, but to be fair, if you love Eric Clapton, then that's pretty good. Kenny Loggins owned and played 1984 Fender Stratocaster 57 reissue guitar. Kenny Loggins 1989 Santana Cruz D30 acoustic guitar. Ronnie Wood 2012 Ronnie Wood Telecaster artist signed guitar with photos, 20 to 30 on that. It's already 2 bids on that one. So let's see, Fender 1960 Fender Stratocaster Sunburst guitar, 20 to 30 the estimate, already on 20,000. Pre-CBS Stratocaster, so this is kind of just rare stuff rather than famous people. Fender 1953 Telecaster Blackguard there, 40 to 60 the estimate, current 35. This is one of the most kind of thought after kind of Telecasters as far as I am aware. This guitar is very clean. Okay, interesting. Gibson 1978 ES175. Gibson 1959 ES335T guitar, 30 to 50,000 the estimate. It's already on 30,000 on that. Clean overall. Hang tags as well, the Mr. Dealer hang tags with that. Eric Clapton owned and played 1959 Gibson ES335 blonde dot guitar, 2 to 300,000. 50,000 bid so far. Let's see. Yeah, Eric Clapton used it during his 1994 to 1995 blues tour and in 1999. Okay. Gibson 2010 Gibson J200 Extreme Rosewood acoustic guitar. Gibson 2003 Les Paul Classic 5 Pink Burst. This is an interesting one. Gibson 1956 Gibson Les Paul Custom Black Beauty, 20 to 30 on that. That's a nice guitar. Gibson 1958 Gibson Les Paul Gold Top, wow, 80 to 100,000 on that. Another pretty rare guitar. Previously owned by Daniel Lanois, Grammy Award winning singer-songwriter. Interesting. Gibson 1961 Les Paul SG Shape Cherry Guitar, 20 to 30. Yeah, this auction's getting a bit more crazy than I thought, to be honest. Ronnie Wood 1997 Gibson Ron Wood VSJ 200 signed signature model there, 8 to 10 the estimate, already on 9. That's pretty cool. Let's see what else we got here. Gibson 2009 SJ 200 Pink Burst acoustic, and Gibson 2006 Gibson SJ 200 Ren Ferguson Master Museum guitar, 20 to 30 on this, and 15,000 bid on 2 bids. Let's have a look at that. That's pretty good. That's an interesting looking guitar. It's quite curious. So let's see. Limited run, built by Ren Ferguson. Yeah, interesting looking guitar. What else do we have here? Gibson 1958 Gibson Super 400 CES guitar, 20 to 30. Current bid 10,000. Let's have a look and see what's going on here. That's a pretty cool looking model there. Patent applied for pickups. Gretsch 2011 Gretsch George Harrison model guitar there, 10 to 20 on that. Wonder why is that so high? Is this a rare model? Custom shop. I see. Okay. Gretsch 2012 Parsons Triple Jet electric guitar, 20 to 30. Let's have a look at that. Is this another custom shop? This guitar was designed by Jack White and built by Randy Parsons. Okay, interesting. Another kind of rare, limited guitars here. Gretsch 2006 Gretsch Triple Jet Copper Top Electric Guitar, 20 to 30, 5,000 bid. Is this another limited one? Yeah, another Jack White guitar. Martin 2006 Martin Trebolo ECHF Bellezza Bianca acoustic guitar, 15 to 20 on that. Let's see. Martin 2011 Martin Custom Artist Sing Out Pete Seeger Anniversary Model. Martin 1988 Custom D45, 10 to 20 on that. Another 1985 Martin D45 acoustic there, 4 to 6. 1994 Martin D45 Gene Outtree model acoustic guitar. Uh, 2006 Martin D45 Marquis acoustic guitar. 2006 D45 Marquis again. 2010 Martin Pink Burst, a lot of these pink guitars. 2001 Martin OM45 1933 model acoustic, 10 to 20. PRS 2010 Tenere Grand 25th anniversary. Paul Reed Smith custom pink burst guitar. All these like pink guitars coming from, pretty bizarre. 2008 Paul Reed Smith Paul's 28 guitars. I think these are ones that he supposedly picked or made parts of himself or something like that. Guitar is number 23 of Paul's first run of 28 instruments. Smith personally worked on making all 28 in the run. Yeah, I thought I remembered that from something. 2008 Paul Reed Smith private stock guitar. Royal Kangas Duke classic electric guitar. Another one in pink. So interesting. Pink burst guitars and amps. JJ French commission guitar manufacturers to create 25 custom pink burst guitars and amps to benefit research into uveitis, a disease that causes 10% of blindness in the United States. Okay, interesting. Taylor 2012 acoustic guitar. Fender 1955 Bandmaster. Gibson 1950s GA90 combo amplifier. Vox AC15 amp there. Marshall Pink Burst series amp as well. Wow, okay. So that was a JCM 800 lead. This is 100 watt super lead. Mesa Boogie TA30. Fender Champion amp there. Fender Mustang. Anderson 1991 Model 17 custom guitar, 10 to 20,000. Let's see. Custom built for Brian Nova. Martin 2007 D100 Deluxe acoustic guitar. Wow, 100 to 150,000. Crazy. Current bid 30,000. What a beautiful kind of inlay there. Wow, that's pretty crazy. I think that's a good image for God, I don't know what I'm going to do with the thumbnail for this video. There's just too many interesting things going on. Ornate Brazilian rosewood back and sides, Adirondack spruce top. 32 of 50 made. That is a pretty serious guitar. Frank Zappa Holiday Inn keys. Interesting. Frank Zappa microphone. Frank Zappa tour played Wurlitzer electric piano. Right, let's go on to another page here. I think this video is going on quite a lot longer than I expected, actually. Frank Zappa's 1976 Marshall JMP Mark II Super Lead 100 watt guitar head there. Estimates 4 to 6. That's pretty cool. Interesting. Let's see what else. Frank Zappa 1970s Fender Super Reverb. Frank Zappa's Morley volume pedal there. Frank Zappa bongos and Temple wood blocks. Frank Zappa, Baby Snakes film editing equipment. Interesting. That might do quite well. That's kind of curious. Frank Zappa Ian Underwood fuzz face pedal. That will probably do pretty well. Frank Zappa 1978 Marshall 2203 Mark II Master Lead 100. Let's have a look at that. Had quite a lot of amplifiers really, didn't he? Frank Zappa Roland Jazz Chorus 120. Let's see what else. Frank Zappa Rhodes Mark II 88 key stage piano. The kind of bits and pieces there. Pretty interesting. Studio speakers, microphones. Frank Zappa Remo drums and intercontinental absurdities road case. Assorted percussion stuff. Outboard effects units. 10 to 20 on that one. Current bid is 12.5. That's pretty mad. Frank Zappa stage played Mutron biphase vintage analog phaser. Some modules there. Frank Zappa metronome. Frank Zappa tour played Wurlitzer. Microphone there. Some road cases. Frank Zappa wah-wah pedal there, and other amplifier bits. So that's a load of stuff. Some electric drum bits, marching drum snare, kalimba and steel triangle, mixing consoles, synth keyboard there. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff here. Guitar effects controllers. Yeah, it's mad. Digital drum machine. Symphonic gong. Road cases. Other kind of pro audio stuff. Frank Zappa 1970s EML synthesizer. I bet that's going to be a popular one as well. That looks like a cool bit of kit. Analog vocoder there. More microphones. Marshall 50-watt JMP guitar amplifier head. Speaker cabinet. Frank Zappa Ludwig drums. Yes, pretty mad auction. Temple blocks. More microphones. More other. A clavinet there. Hammond Innovex Condor guitar synth. That's pretty curious. Another vocoder, microphones, all kind of pro audio studio stuff. This is getting pretty crazy. Gretsch drums, Ludwig bass drum, rotor tom drums, tambourine, percussion, more effects stuff. Frank Zappa owned and played Kurtzman grand piano 5-7. Let's have a look at that. Yeah, lots of Frank Zappa stuff. Frank Zappa vintage Numana accordion, more microphone things, more digital synths, little guitar amplifiers there, more drums, Ludwig drums, bowl harp, more synths, carving speaker cabinet. I was going to say, I was surprised that we've not seen a load of carving amps, because certainly in the later period he was using a load of carving stuff. So where is all of that gone? Yeah, really curious stuff here. Some more outfits and bits here. Ooh, I think we're the internet has got rid of those, so for some reason we're... Oh wow, he had a whole one of these pump organs as well. Interesting. Chandeliers and stuff. Pretty crazy. Home appliances, VHS. Yeah, a whole load of stuff here. Okay, let's see what else we got here. Right, I think we're on to the last page now. Let's see what else. Still on Frank Zappa. I think we might be close to the end of instruments here. I'm not seeing much else going on. What's that? Leonardo. Frank Zappa. Signed book Leonardo. Okay, I think we are probably towards the end now. Yeah, okay, so in the end, absolutely bonkers auction. So many rare things. Eric Clapton, like Kurt Cobain, Nirvana stuff, Frank Zappa things, just like a whole load of stuff. Limited edition, really super rare guitars. So much stuff that I never even imagined. Crazy auction. This has gone on way longer than I thought. Check out the link yourself, have a look at the auction, because there's so much stuff going on. I just couldn't even, my brain got fried about halfway through that, because there's just so much stuff. So really, really curious, interesting auction. Check it out, see what you think. Thanks a lot for watching, really appreciate it, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.